I got a line up there, and I'm going to put another line from this corner to that corner, and I'll put a ledge board up to keep me straight. So I'm going to put the ledge board up now, and then I'm going to tile the ceiling. Okay, so I got my ledge boards up as guides. It's going to really help trying to keep the tile straight, especially when you're working upside down. So now I'm going to start with the ceiling tile. When you're installing tile on the ceiling, a lot of people think that the tile is going to fall off, and that actually is not the case. The thinset will hold the tile to the ceiling pretty well. Secret is you got to make sure you get good coverage on the tile, and that you makes it just a little bit stiffer than you normally would. You don't want it to be loose when you're putting the tile on the ceiling, and it will stay. An example of another tile ceiling that I did. This one was actually 12 by 12 marble, heavy tile, and it stayed without a problem. Anyway, getting back to this bathroom, you can either spread the cement on the ceiling with your notch trowel, like I'm doing here, but oftentimes I'll just back butter the towel because it's just easier, because a lot of times the thinset will just, as you're troweling it, little bits of it fall down. It'll fall on your face. So you really don't want to stand under it. But this section here, I just spread the thinset on the ceiling, and then the rest of it I actually back butter the tiles. Even though there were 6 by 6 tiles, sometimes it's just easier. So whatever works for you, go for it. So that's how I'm doing this one right now. You want to make sure that your ledge boards are perfectly straight and perfectly square and perfectly parallel to the walls, the opposite walls. And any screws that are holding the ledge board up will be covered by the bull nose afterwards, because I'm just putting up the field tile for the ceiling, and then the bull nose will go up afterwards. If you were to put the bull nose on at the same time, then the screws for the ledge boards wouldn't be covered, and that's why I do that. So anyway, these are 6 by 6 tiles that I'm putting up here, porcelain, so they're quite heavy, and you just want to make sure that you, when you're putting these tiles up, that you really press them well into the thinset. You want to get good coverage, and you want to make sure that the ceiling is flat. And if you have all those things, a flat ceiling, good coverage, and you don't want to have a lot of buildup of thinset either, because too much thinset will make it harder for the tile to stay up. So good coverage, the appropriate size amount of thinset, and you shouldn't have any problems. And like I said, these are porcelain tiles that are actually quite heavy, and staying up without a problem. Just make sure you mix the thinset just a little bit stiffer than you normally would. And so this is just how I go about putting up the tile with the just put them in place. Cut those end pieces in.
and then do the rest of the ceiling.
Because I had to cut around the two lights, the fixtures, and there's a pipe in the ceiling too for the rain shower, I just back-butted the rest of them and installed them one at a time. So I actually back-butted a few of them all at once, probably like 6 or 7 of them. So instead of back-buttering one, putting it up, and putting the trowel down, etc., I just back-butted a bunch of them so I could just pick them up and put them right up. And in a little bit, I'll show you how I cut the hole for the light fixture in those tiles. And so anyway, that's basically it. Just thinset on the tile or on the ceiling, and put them up. And if you've mixed the thinset right, and you've got enough thinset, good coverage, and you've got a flat ceiling, you should have no problems with the tile staying up.
So I'm going to finish that up. I got that. And that's how you cut a circle in the tile. Okay, so that's the ceiling. Okay, time to put the belows on. I got that up there. I'm gonna put these on here. that last piece in. Okay, so that's the ceiling completely done. Now the top part, the bottom part is what I need to do next, obviously.